Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Muhammad Tofazzal Sir, and today I'm back with a new lesson for you. So in this video we'll talk about narration, different kind of sentence narration. So uh, before I start the class, I want to tell you that to solve the narration you need to follow a particular structure. So if you can just remember this very structure, you can easily solve the narration. Okay. So this is very easy, so you can just remember it 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so any kind of sentence you can just solve with the help of this structure. Okay, so what's the structure? So at first you have to use the subject. So what's the subject? The reporting, I mean the speaker. Okay, you will have to use the speaker or the subject first for making direct narration to indirect, and then you will have to use the verb. So this is, I am talking about the reporting verb, so you will have to use the reporting verb here, the changed verb. Okay, and then you will have to use the object or the listener. Okay, and then you will have to use connector in the place of comma inverted comma. Okay, so now you can ask me which connector should I use in the place of comma inverted comma. Okay, so it depends on the sentence. If your sentence is like assertive sentence, so you have to use that. So I have written you the things for you. For example, in the place of comma inverted comma for assertive sentence, I mean if your speech or the reporting speech is assertive sentence, you will have to use that in the place of comma inverted comma. Okay, so if your sentence is interrogative, you will have to use if and WH word. So when if and when WH word. Okay, so let us just sort out this. Okay, so if your interrogative sentence is made with auxiliary verb, so in that case you will have to use if in the place of comma inverted comma. All right, so if your sentence, I mean interrogative sentence, is made with WH word, you will have to use the same WH word in the place of comma inverted comma. For the case of WH word, we never change it. Okay. All right, so for imperative sentence we use to, okay, in the place of comma inverted comma, and for optative and exclamatory sentence we use that. All right, so this is all about what we use in the place of comma inverted comma. All right, and then you will have to use the subject. So which subject is? This is the subject of reporting space. So the changed subject, I mean you will have to change the person first, and then you will have to write the subject. Okay, and then you will have to use the verb, the reporting speech verb, and then the rest of the part. So this is the structure by which you can solve the narration of different kind of sentences like assertive, interrogative, imperative. So simply if you just remember this structure, you can solve it. Is that clear? Okay, now we are going to solve some sentence narration of assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative, and exclamatory sentence. All right, so let's do it together. So the first example, so D means direct narration and I stands for indirect narration. Is that clear? Okay, so the first sentence is Nasim said, I am going to school. So Nasim is the speaker, but there is no listener. So if you see there is no listener or object, so you will have to recognize yourself, the object. Okay, so you have to take yourself as object. Okay, so I am going to school, this is an assertive sentence, and this sentence is in present continuous tense. Okay, so what will be the indirect narration of this sentence? Let's see. So Nasim, the speaker, and then said. So in assertive sentence, if you see said as reporting verb, you don't need to change that to told. So you can just write said. Okay, said will be said. Okay, and then in the place of comma inverted comma, you will have to use that. Remember what I told you here? In the place of comma inverted comma for assertive sentence, we use that. Okay, very simple. And then you will have to change the person. So I am going to school. Here I means Nasim. So normally if you see subject I or first person as the subject of reporting speech, so this first person will be changed to according to the subject or the speaker. And if you see second person you, it will be changed according to the object or the listener. But if you see third person singular number or any kind of third person like he, she, Nasim, so that third person we normally don't change, okay? So third person will be all the same. So I means Nasim, so Nasim's pronoun is he. And if you see Amizar, remember what I told you in the last video, that if you see Amizar in direct narration, it will be converted to was were in indirect narration, okay? So he was going to school. So the full sentence is Nasim said that he was going to school. So very simple. If you just follow this structure, you can easily solve it. Look, at first we have used the subject and then verb, and then there is no object, so we didn't use the object here. So in the place of comma, inverted comma, we have used a connector. So what's the connector here? That. As this is assertive sentence, we have used that, and then we have used the subject he, and then verb was going to, and the rest of the part. Okay, so simply if you can just follow this structure, you can solve it. Okay, so let's look at the second example, that is Nasim said to Mim, how are you? So Nasim asking Mim whether she is okay or whether she is good or not. Okay, so this is an interrogative sentence. So if you change it to indirect narration, what will be the sentence? So let's all say that. So Nasim, and in the place of comma, inverted comma, I mean in the place of reporting verb said to, we use ask here because this is an interrogative sentence. So when you reporting speech is interrogative sentence, we normally use ask in the place of reporting verb. Okay, and then the object or the listener, and in the place of comma, inverted comma, we have to use a connector. So as this is your interrogative sentence, and this interrogative sentence is starts with WH word, so we have to write the same WH word for indirect narration. Okay, how? And then you have to get the subject according to the structure. So where's the subject here? You. So remember what I told you, that if you see you second person always means object. So here you means Mim. So what's the pronoun of Mim? She. Okay, and Amizar becomes was there. So the full sentence is Nasim asked Mim how she was. Okay, all right. So look at these examples. Jamil said to Jerin, help me please. So Jamil is requesting Jerin to help him, I mean to help Jamil. Okay, so this is an imperative sentence, and here in this sentence, Jamil is requesting Jerin to help him. So let's make it indirect narration. So Jamil, subject, and then in the place of reporting verb said to, we'll have to use requested here because this is an imperative sentence, and here in this sentence Jamil is requesting. So according to the meaning, I mean depending on the meaning, you will have to use the reporting verb here. If this sentence mean like order or something like that, here you will have to use ordered. Okay, so as requesting, so Jamil is requested as reporting verb, Jerin, and then in the place of comma, inverted comma, as this is imperative sentence, so we'll have to use to. Okay, so in the place of comma, inverted comma, as connectors, we have to use to here. Okay, and then from the main verb to object. Okay, to help. So after a preposition to, we normally use the present form of the verb. So to help, and me means Jamil. So what's the object pronoun of Jamil? It's me, him. Okay, all right. So we don't need to write the please because we already as a reporting verb we have used requested, so we don't need to write please. Okay, and Tahib, another sentence, Tahib said to Mim, may Allah bless you. So this is an optative sentence. So here Tahib is praying for Mim. Okay, so if you want to make it indirect, what can be the indirect narration of this sentence? Okay, so Tahib in the place of said to, so in my last videos I told you in optative sentence, if you see said to as reporting verb, it will be converted to prayed for. Okay, so Tahib prayed for Mim in the place of comma, inverted comma, according to these rules, you will have to use that, and then you will have to take the subject. So what's the subject here? Here subject is Allah. So you have to bring the subject according to the structure. You have to, after using the connector, you have to take the subject. So here subject is Allah, so at first you have to bring the subject Allah, and then may becomes might. Okay, bless you means mim. So what's the object pronoun of mim? Her. Okay, very simple. So there is nothing to worry, narration is very fast. So if you just can follow and remember this structure, you can just solve any kind of sentence and passage narration easily. Okay, look at this example. I mean, exclamatory sentence, what a nice idea it is. So John said, what a nice idea it is. Okay, so if you want to change it to indirect narration, John, in the place of reporting verb, you will have to use exclaimed with joy, as John is expressing something joyness. Okay, so John exclaimed with joy, in the place of comma, inverted comma, you will have to use that as a connector. Okay, and then you have to get the subject according to the structure. So what's the subject here? It. So you have to bring the subject first, and is becomes was, and then the object is a nice idea. So the full sentence is, John exclaimed with joy that it was a nice idea. Okay, so very simple. So dear learners, hope you understand it. And so before we normally need to answer the passage narration in the exam, but before you go and do the passage narration, you have to understand the sentence narration. And if you can solve the sentence narration, or if you can understand the sentence narration, you can easily solve the passage narration. So passage narration is nothing, there is nothing to worry about. Passage narration is also like this. So I hope you understand it. So the last thing that I need to tell you, that you have to remember this structure for solving any kind of narrations. Okay, so if you just remember this, and if you just follow this, and according to this structure, if you try to solve the narration, both sentence and passage narration, you can easily solve it. So hope you enjoy the class, and if you enjoy the class, don't forget to share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next class. Till then, bye bye, stay healthy.